Now that you've got this cool little machine, let's learn how to use it. The iPad uses what it calls hand gestures to be able to navigate through it. We've already seen one we saw opening something. If you look down at the bottom of the screen, you'll see Safari. Safari is the name of the internet browser that the iPad uses by default. And to open something, you just go ahead and touch it. I've got my Safari set to the world's best web page. Once you're in a web page or anything that has more information than you can see right in front of you, you can scroll around simply by touching the screen and dragging. You can drag in any direction that there's more things to see. If you want to look at something closer, you simply place 2 fingers on the screen and spread them apart, and wherever you are sitting, they'll get closer together. To make something smaller, you simply pinch. Pretty neat, right? Go ahead and try it. Open the browser, scroll up and down some, maybe try your pinch. It's pretty fun, isn't it? Okay, now that we're doing some basic ones, let's try some other hand gestures. Here's my favorite, and it's basically a cool hand gesture that you can use to close any program. What you do is you place all 5 fingers in the middle of the screen and you just squish those fingers together. Squish! And the program squishes the way out of the way. It's pretty cool, isn't it? You can really use that anytime. There are 2 main ways to get back to this home screen that we're looking at right now. My favorite is the 5-finger squish. Woo! But if you look down at the bottom of your iPad, you'll see a circular button with a little square in it. That button's called the home button, and you can also click that to get home at any time. Go ahead and open something up and practice closing it with the home button or with the 5-finger squish. So the main controls that you'll normally use are just tapping something to open it, getting back to the home, and swiping. However, there are some other pretty cool ones if you know what you're doing and want to be an iPad expert. For example, let's say that you have the internet open, and a minute ago you were in your settings and you really want to go back to your settings. If you put all 5 fingers on the screen and swipe to the side, it'll switch between things that you have open, which is pretty cool. You can switch back and forth between your email and your browser, or really any other kinds of programs that you used. The iPad remembers which programs you have open and really doesn't close them behind the scenes unless it needs the extra memory. So one of the ways to switch between open programs is just by putting 5 fingers on the screen and swiping to the side. There is another way. Remember that home button? If you double click on the home button, you get this little thing coming up down at the bottom that shows you the programs that you have running. You can just kind of swipe through those. And if you want to open one up, you can just go ahead and click it and open it right up. Pretty neat, right? Now, sometimes people get a lot of things in their iPad, and they're not really sure where something is, or they just can't find it, which is why the nice people at Apple provided you with a way to find anything inside of your iPad. From your home screen, if you swipe so that the screen moves over to the right, up comes Search Your iPad. So let's say that I downloaded an application called iBooks that allows me to read my books, but I can't find it. I can just swipe over to the right and type iBooks. Oh, and look, it finds it. And when I click it on the screen, yay, my book has opened up, and I can read all about how to say hello in many different languages. Pretty cool, right? Okay, go ahead and go to your home screen, and scroll over so that the screen moves to the right. Try searching for something that you know exists already, like your settings.